Hello, this is my second video. This is a video on my lawnmower blade sharpening jig that I made. I watched quite a few YouTube videos, and there's quite a few different types, but I decided to build me one of these, and because the ones you can purchase are pretty expensive and I'm not going to use it that much, so I just made one. First, I got the $10 on sale Harbor Freight 4.5-inch angle grinder here, the Warrior, and the rest is all pretty much stuff I just had laying around. I got a 3/4-inch plywood here and back under here, then some 3/4 inch by about 1 1/4, 1 1/2 boards here and down there to get it up off the ground. I've seen quite a few of these where they mount the grinder in the upright position, then they use a radiator clamp to hold it in place. I contemplated that, but I figured, there's too many variables, like the differences here. There's too much of a chance it can move around on you. I like the idea of using the handle hole on the other side because you can bolt it down. All I did was find a metric bolt that fit up in there that was the right length and fastened it down with that. Also put these 6 rubber feet here to try to keep it from vibrating, because this grinder does vibrate quite a bit, and it works pretty good. I don't have to clamp it down or anything with them rubber feet on it. I thought for sure I was going to have to clamp it to the bench to use it, but I don't have to. I left my guard on it too. A lot of people take theirs off, but that just helps keep the sparks from shooting back at me. Most of them that I seen had a really small work area here. Well, my blades have this rise in them to where they're not flat. And if you use them on a small area, it's kind of a job just to keep them flat while you're trying to grind. But I wanted it to where if I ground, I'd still be on the deck. That gives it, the only way it's moving is this way. And I can grind with one hand this way if I want to. I also wanted it to be adjustable so I could change the angle in case I ever wanted to. So I created this system here where I took some threaded rod that I had, welded a bolt to it, put the bolt through a nut and that I had welded to this bracket here that I screwed down. Then down here on the bottom, I took I don't know, I'm guessing that's about 1.5 inch washer, welded 2 nuts to it. Then I drilled them nuts out so this bolt here would slide through them. And then I mounted that with a couple of crown bolts through the inside there. Had to grind the heads down a little bit so it didn't hit the bolt, but that wasn't a problem. And now when you let it up and down, this here pivots. And I cut the rod off at the right length to when it does pivot, it doesn't hit the lower deck down here below, so you can just open it and close it. I fastened plywood on with a couple pieces of piano hinge here that I had laying around. Then I put this piece of 1x1 aluminum angle on it just to help keep it from bowing or warping from moisture or whatever. This frame here, it's 2 inches thick. These are some hardwood boards that I had laying around, so I used those. I put a bracket on each end so it wouldn't be tending to want to twist on me. And I'm pretty well pleased with it. And basically, besides my time, the only thing I bought for this was that hand grinder. And I bought that as a backup because I got another one just like it that I bought years ago. And I figure, well, maybe it's going to go out. So just in case, I bought a backup. And so I'll leave this one here on here until I need it. But it works pretty good. Apparently these blades were pretty well worn because the angle here, I've been working on these for a while. I keep stopping and letting them cool down because I don't want to make them too soft by overheating them. These are pretty much old blades that are just about gone anyway, because you can see where they've been ate out here from the lift, but they're good practice. And if there's anything you want to know, just give me a comment. And thanks again for watching my video. Goodbye.